10-year-old Indian boy hit by BJP worker for refusal to chant Jai Shri Ram. So for those of you who are not familiar, Jai Shri Ram is basically like the Hindu nationalist version of Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, this is basically Allahu Akbar of the Hindus, which means Zindabad Ram, I guess, or long live Ram.
Yes.
Which is their god.
Glory to Lord Ram.
Glory to Lord Ram.
So on April 26th, a BJP worker allegedly beat a 10-year-old boy over his refusal to chant Jai Shri Ram at Phulia in Nadia. The young boy, Mahadev Sharma, was admitted to the hospital with multiple injuries. The incident angered residents who attacked the alleged perpetrator, Mahadeb Pramanik. The protester raised a blockade demanding Pramanik's arrest. The police began an inquiry and managed to lift the blockade after an hour. According to a witness, the boy was passing by Pramanik's tea stall and was singled out because of his father's recent involvement with the Trinamul Congress. When he refused to chant Jai Shri Ram, he was beaten badly and suffered injuries to his face, head, and back. After the assault, Pramanik fled the scene. His wife, Mithu Pramanik, the local chief of the BJP's women's wing, said to the press that the boy picked up a stone and threw it at the shop, breaking the glass, which angered her husband. She also stated that Trinamul is using this as an incident to frame them. An official of Santipur police said that they are trying to find out exactly what happened.
Katie is saying something in the live chat you want to hear?
Yeah, so she's giving some context. So for those who don't know, the Trinamul Congress, or TMC, is the current ruling government of Bengal and the main regional opposition to the BJP. So the background of this is that there was, allegedly the background to this is that this child was targeted because his father opposes the BJP. And so this kid was punished for it.
Okay. Rivka, do you have anything to say?
No, I want to just talk about the absolute sort of this collective punishment. And this is a child. He's not responsible for what his father does. He can't control what his father does. And this, I don't know if it was specifically, targeting that, but it's the guy's wife from the shop is BJP women. So it just seems like it's just so sad. I feel so sorry for this boy that he has to capitulate to this mob or they're going to beat him. It's just really terrible.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.
Yeah, and more specifically, this guy and his wife alleged that the child was bothering them or even trying to damage their shop and their property. However, this boy's father says, he was shocked that, his son was attacked basically for his political involvement. And he said, the father said, on the day of the election, BJP workers had been trying to influence voters, which is what I protested against. So it appears they took revenge by attacking my son. So on the other hand, the father is alleging that they basically took retaliation against his anti-BJP protest and took that retaliation and revenge out on his son.
This is insane. Are these things happening more in India, or have they always been there, or are we just getting more reports of it than
It depends
before?
on the region, but part of what's significant about this is that, and guys, correct me in the live chat if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that typically in the more recent years, the BJP hasn't had as much power in this particular state, West Bengal, but they are gaining power. And with the election that's coming up, things are, there's a lot of tension.
You want to read what Katie's saying?
Katie's saying, yeah, Mahadev is another name for Shiva, and Sharma is a Brahmin surname. So he despite this, despite being high caste, he was still attacked for opposing the Hindutva.
Well, the Hindutva don't care about caste. They're starting their own caste, which is pro-Hindutva caste and not pro-Hindutva caste, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's their own caste system. But
And
yeah,
Katie
so
also
again,
added, sorry.
No, Hindutva is like political Hinduism, basically, and they want us to congratulate them for being anti-caste system, but they're still tribal, and they're still like, just because you're tribal in a different way than the caste system, that doesn't make you non-tribal, and they are very, very aggressive against the people who are not within their Hindutva tribe. Again, don't let Hindutva people tell you that they're anti-caste, because they have made their own caste, which is the Hindutva caste. But yeah, go on.
Katie's also adding the BJP brought goons from other states to Bengal to intimidate people during the elections. Yeah. And the election in Bengal were going on throughout April. Oh, so I said ongoing. I forgot that it's now May. Yes.
Some more comments from India.
Narumi Momose is saying, I've complaints about communists, but I've told RSS/BJP types and Islamists didn't get too far when they ruled Bengal. If true, as a capitalist myself, I'll back the communists.
Here's another one.
Where are those?
Narita, who's saying this?
Narumi is saying again, where are all those Hindus who said we're unique and mocked your limited Abrahamic mindset? They seem to be following Islamists to the last letter.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not. No, guys. Just because Hindutva is horrible, that doesn't mean they're the same as the Islamists, right? Things could be bad without it being that bad.
Like, an Islamist is not actually the textbook definition of awful that we hold everything else against.
Yeah. They're not the same. They're getting closer, slowly, very slowly, but not the same. Not by a.
Katie is saying the guy who coined the term Hindutva in the 1890s was from Bengal, but the residents in his hometown today are anti-Hindutva. And she continues with regarding the election results. The exit polls are not reassuring. BJP will gain a lot of power and might even win. It is really scary for the liberal people here and also the large Muslim population in beef legality.
Yeah, I always said that the Hindutva, their influence in India is growing, and for India, short term, for the future doesn't look bright. Okay, long term, I'm very, very optimistic about India. Short term, I'm very pessimistic about India. Like, India is going to go through a phase of anti-secularism, stronger Hindutva, more powerful BJP, more Hindu nationalism. But long term, very long term, I'm hopeful for India. I think India, once the current Generation Z replaces the boomers, which is going to be a long time from now, I think that we're going to see a major shift. But yeah, short term, things are getting worse and worse. Oh wow, people be saying next year there are elections in Andhra Pradesh. That's going to be horrible. We're going to see what the we're going to have to,
We are about to have a spicy news cycle, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Katie is actually saying, well, long term I'm optimistic about the world itself. Short term India is
Screwed.
Screwed. Yes, India won't be going any. So Narumi is saying India won't be going anywhere in the next 20 years. That country will have a long way to go unless. No, guys, India is going to still progress economically, technologically. There's still going to be things that are going to improve in India, even though when it comes to secularism and human rights and politics, things are going to be worse, maybe in the short term. Not everything. Don't try to paint a worse picture than it actually is. India is going to become an economic superpower. And in fact, one reason why long-term India is going to have better human rights is because when people make more money, they demand more rights. Okay, so there's two forces that is going to make India's long-term future really good. One is Generation Z's view on politics and religion and secularism. But another aspect is that even in the short term, India is going to economically and technologically become stronger, and the impact of that short term is that the more people you have that they have their food and housing and clothing taken care of, the more they're going to go shift their demands into rights and freedoms and stuff like that, right? You're going to see that shift happening, and that in the long term is going to also have a positive impact on human rights in India, right?
Well, I'm also very curious to see how the reaction and fallout from the how bad the handling of the disease that's going around that we can't talk about much because of the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, I'm very curious to see how the reaction from that is going to affect the Modi government, because it's not looking good right now.
It will have, you just have to do some fear mongering about Muslims and Pakistan, and then you're set, right? Every time the economy is not doing as good as you want, or some people have some complaints, just go like this, Modi, just go like this. The Muslims are gonna get you. Muslims are gonna get you. Muslims are coming. Look under your bed. Muslims are gonna get you. And then you get all the votes. Right? That's the.
Hey guys, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct, without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists, without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.